How we doing, folks? How we doing, folks? Top of the morning to you. It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas, as we do each and every day. But today is a special day. Today, folks, it's the new year. New year, new me. How's everybody doing? It's Kelley. How you feeling this new year? How's 2026 shaping up for you? Is it shaping up to be a good year when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes? Because that's what we talk about, folks. Talk about defeating type 2 diabetes. So happy new year, folks. This is going to be the year, the new year. New year, new me, where you actually do it, folks. You actually defeat type 2 diabetes. You defeat the villain. Because here's the thing, that villain can be defeated. You can defeat that villain. Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. How we doing, folks? Happy New Year. Darren, shout out to your boss. Happy New Year, folks. Happy New Year, man. We're going to talk about all things type 2 diabetes for the new year. Like, new year, you're going to, this is the reset year. The year you're going to reset the whole thing. I don't care how long you had diabetes, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. It don't matter how long you had it. Guess what? I'm going to teach you how to get rid of it today. So here's the thing, folks. We're going to be on live all day today. Today's like an all-day live marathon. So we might take some breaks here and there because, you know, we can't go live all day. So we're going to take some breaks here and there. But, hey, we're going to be on live in the morning time. We're going to be live in the afternoon. And we're going to be probably going to be live in the evening, too. I think that's the way things are shaping up. So we're going to be all day live, folks. And I'm going to have some, here's the thing. I'm going to have some special guests come on today throughout these lives. I'm going to get up here and I'm going to do my thing, teach y'all a whole bunch of stuff about type 2 diabetes, teach y'all a whole bunch of stuff about insulin resistance, teach y'all a whole bunch of things that you can remember, right? Teach your frameworks, teach all that stuff. It's going to be a long day, so buckle up, strap in, and then, hey, enjoy the ride. Like I said, it's going to be a very, very entertaining day. Why? Why do we have all these guests coming on today? And why this and especially long lives today? Like, you're going to be live all day? Well, the reason I'm going to be live all day is because it's the new year. New year, new me. It's a lot of folks that we got to talk to. Because a lot of folks are ready for 2026. A lot of folks are ready for change in 2026. So like I said, I'm going to have a bunch of guests on today. I got my man who's coming on. My man, Diabetic Dad Man, he'll be on this morning. Got him coming on. Coach Steph, she'll be on in the afternoon. Who else is going to be on? My man, nutrition coach Chach, he's going to be on. He's been on the show before. And later on tonight, I think me and my man Jay Lace, we're going to do a live together. So it's going to be a good long day, folks. So how we doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Happy New Year, folks. I talk about all things type 2 diabetes. So if you're new to me, put a new in the chat. If you're new, put a new in the chat. We're going to tell you how to defeat that thing today. So I'm going to come on, introduce myself, answer all your questions. And then, folks, like I said, today we got a whole bunch of stuff lined up for you. We got lessons, we got frameworks, we got special guest coaches coming on, man, all kinds of stuff all day. My glucose is 105. I have pre-diabetes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Anything above 100, so 100 to 125, yes, you do have pre-diabetes. That is correct. Happy New Year, Regina. Shout out to you. Happy New Year, folks. It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. Do me a favor when you're coming into the room, folks, bebop that screen or double tap. That means double tap. Double tap that screen. Keep on tap that screen and then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with diabetes, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, insulin resistance. They're struggling with any of that. Hey, you forward this live over there to them and tell them, like, listen, this is the place where you want to be. This is the year that you do it. So do me a favor, folks, tap in with me and let me know where you're from, what city you're from, or what state you're from. Put new in the chat. If you're new, couple of folks, NT is new. Shout out to you. Should diabetics avoid eating eggs? No, you can eat eggs. Eat that. Eggs are not gonna raise your blood sugar. Eggs are a great morning time meal. Yeah, right. Keep your blood sugar nice and steady. So here's the thing though, when it comes to your pair it with something else too. Pair it with a healthy fat and pair it with a protein. I mean, that is a protein, but pair it with a healthy fat and a non-starchy veggie. Something like a thing of spinach or kale or arugula, right? Some bell peppers, pair it like that. Good stuff. California, shout out to California. Kendra, shout out to you. Happy New Year. I'm new here. I have type 1. Anything for me? Well, I don't really talk about type 1. I can't give you all the ins and outs on type 1. I never had type 1 diabetes. I never claimed to have type 1 diabetes. I had type 2 diabetes, but here's what I can tell you. Even though you're type 1 diabetic, you can change your lifestyle. You can change some of the things that are influencing the blood sugar. So that's stress management, that's activities, that's eating, and that's sleeping, especially eating, folks. That's the one that's going to do it. I'm from South Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina, Charleston. Shout out to Charleston. My folks are out in Charleston. I fly into Charleston quite well, not as much as I used to, but yeah, that's where my folks are, straight out of Charleston. My name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Here to answer all of your questions, anything you got related to type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood sugar, all of that stuff. So listen, how do I know about all of that? It's because I was a diabetic a few years ago, folks. I had diabetes, I had heart disease, and I was obese. I don't have any of those anymore. So no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. I gave type 2. What did I miss? You gave type 2? Shout out to you. What do you mean you gave type 2? But here's the thing. He showed you my pictures right here. Here they are. Here they are, folks. This is, we talking about new year, new me, right? Look at that. That was the, let me show, well, let me turn my camera around. This was it, folks. This was the old me, right? That was it. You have type 2, you're in the right place. Because I had diabetes, I had heart disease, and I had obesity, right? I could barely tie my shoes. That was me. So on January 1, like we're on today, January 1 of 2021, I decided, you know what? I was going to go on a mission. So just like a lot of folks are going to do, on January 1st of 2021 is when I made the decision to say, you know what? Enough's enough. I'm going to do it this year. This is the year that I'm going to actually do it. And guess what? I did it. I did it that year. So no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. Let me show you over here. Sorry, we got 2 cameras. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. That was in 2021, folks. So I stand here today in 2026, January 1, 5 years, the 5-year anniversary of me starting my health journey. 5 years, folks. Over here. How much is that? So how did I do it? The question is, some folks are asking, how do I do it? No, congrats to you. This is going to be your year. What's the plan? What if pre-diabetes? Same thing. Pre-diabetes is the same thing. Diabetes, type 2 diabetes, there's no difference between pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. It's just how bad did you let the insulin resistance get? That's the only difference. What's the plan? The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Thank you. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This one is for my folks who are ready for serious change. If you've gotten to the point, if you say, damn it, yeah, 2026 is the year that I actually do this thing. So those pictures that I just showed you, right? That was me before. That was me before. That was in 2021. So I went on a mission to transform my own health, and I stumbled upon like, oh man, it's the food. It was the food that caused me to have diabetes, heart disease, obesity. So what I did the same thing that I did, the process that I went through, and I just put it into a blueprint for you. How did I start? You're not going to get rid of diabetes in 2 weeks. You're not going to get rid of type 2 diabetes in 2 weeks. But what you can do is you can put a huge dent in your overall A1C. You can put a huge dent in getting off the blood sugar roller coaster and balancing out your blood sugar in 14 days. So that's it. It's a 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's a nutrition blueprint. It says if you show up, you do the work, and you do it again the next day, which over 350 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This is it right here. This is it. 14 days, the blood sugar reset challenge. I created it for folks just like you who are sick of the blood sugar roller coaster, who have had high blood sugar for many, many years, who have had insulin resistance for many, many years, and they're ready for change. That's why I created this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where is it? It's linked in my bio. So if you click here and you click on my picture again, that is where you'll find it. That is where you'll find the challenge. What do you need to do? I told my wife that I was giving up white flour, bread, rice, potatoes, and pasta. It's not about giving up all of that, right? Bread and pasta, that would be a good start though. But here's the thing. You can have the kind of carbohydrates that you want, as long as you're eating your food in the correct order. If you eat your food in the correct order, you can pretty much have whatever kind of carbohydrate you want. And that's some of the stuff that I teach you. What product do you use? There is no product that I use, folks. You want to know how I did that? How I reversed type 2 diabetes, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. I did that through the power of my lifestyle, through the food that I was eating, right? I was eating a bunch of crap. So I switched over to real, whole, unprocessed foods, which I teach you in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. By the way, real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's what I ate. Fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, whole grains, legumes, beans, and leaner sources of protein. So whatever protein you choose. So whether it be chicken, whether it be turkey, whether it be steak, whether it be eggs. Yeah. Either one. So that's what I use. It wasn't a product. It was my lifestyle. But this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is a product, but it's a service. It's a blueprint. Everything's all laid out for you. The menu is laid out for you, like what to eat, why to eat it. It's all structured for you for 14 days. You may say, Kelley, 14 days? Well, what the hell am I going to do in 14 days? In 14 days, folks, that's it. 14 days. It's been someone who's taking their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. After this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, we got Janet, who's 80 years old, took her A1C from an 8 to a 6.5 in 14 days, folks. So if you are sick of, tired of struggling with type 2 diabetes, your next steps are simple, and it's to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Happy New Year. Shout out to you. Bang. Shout out to you, boss man. So the question is, a lot of folks are asking, how did I do it? Lifestyle first, medication second. You cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, which we're getting ready to talk about here. You cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, then we can talk about the medication. Because here's the thing, you can take all the medication that you want. You can take all you've been doing. This is 2026. If you look back at all the other years, 2025, 2024, 2023, that's all been the same. We just been taking more and more medication. Nothing has changed. So if nothing has changed, then nothing is going to change. Don't let 2026 be that same year where nothing has changed, folks. If you're ready for change, if this is your year, your life doesn't get better by chance, folks. It gets better by change. That's how your life gets better. Not by chance, folks. It's by change. And if 2026 is going to be the year like 2021 was my year, you're going to have to change. Something is going to have to change. Because if they don't, things are going to stay the same. I seen the 21-day challenge and 90-day challenge, all about reversing insulin. What's the difference? Well, the 21, those are other gentlemen's programs, right? We got the 21-day challenge, And then someone else has a 90-day program challenge or program. I got a 14-day challenge because the reason that mine is different is because I'm getting straight to the point. I only need 14 days. I only need 14 days. That's it. It's been people who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Like I said, taking their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days, from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. There's someone who has taken their blood sugar from over 500 to a 150 by day 14. This is their fasting blood sugar. We got Ken on he was on a couple of weeks ago, came on and shared his story. His blood sugar dropped 120 points in 14 days. He's been dealing with diabetes for 30 years. I was an engineer in my former life. So I just cut straight to the point. That's what I do. It's my style. I had a stroke. They said I have blood pressure and must change my life. TYL with the food. Yeah. That's where it starts. With the food. I had a stroke and they said, yep. Can you send me the 14-day food STY? I'm going to show you what the challenge is. I'm going to show you where all the goodies are, folks. If you're just joining us, here's where all the goodies are. So if you click here and then you click on my picture again, click there, you click on my picture again, you are going to come here. Here we go. You're going to come right here, folks. This is where you're going to come to. Click on that link that says Linktree. Here's where all the goodies are, folks. So if you're just joining us, if you're just joining my live, if you've never been on my live, here's where all the goodies are, folks. If you click that link, also on my other socials as well, if you click that link in my description, it is going to take you to this right here. This is my page right here. So you click here. There's all the goodies. What's there? The quiz is there. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take, folks. If you've just been diagnosed with diabetes or type 2 diabetes, or if you've had diabetes for many, many years, taking that quiz is going to be where you're going to start. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take right here. And there's a master class right here. It's a free master class, 45-minute master class. You register for this master class. Join the master class. Absolutely free. And then there's a PDF. There's a whole bunch of goodies on this page, folks. All the goodies are there. Quiz, master class, all good stuff. But then this is the big one right here. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This one is for my folks who are ready for serious change. Like I said, if you've gotten to the point where every doctor's visit feels like bad news on repeat, if that's you, if you've gotten to that point, then this is it. This is how you start the year off, with this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. 14 days. It is a blueprint, a nutrition blueprint that over 350 people have joined up for this. Join this 14-day challenge. Here's how you join right here. So normally $99 to join this challenge. But today, this new year, the New Year's special, it's 30% off to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. $69 to join the challenge. Instead of $99, it's $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You use that discount code Kickstart. Kickstart is the discount code to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $69. That is how we're going to start 2026 with you on this challenge. It's designed, I told you, it's designed for people just like you who struggle just like I did with insulin resistance, with high blood sugar. That's who it's designed for. How to join? Yeah, that's how you join. You click that link in my description. Yes, Kickstart is the discount code. So if you click here, click on my picture again. And do me a favor, folks. Bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. What condition is that? Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, gestational diabetes, PCOS, erectile dysfunction. You share this live out there with them, folks. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into some of the lessons for today. Today's lesson, starting off the year, we're starting the year off with A1C. What the heck is an A1C? We got to know what that is. To defeat type 2 diabetes, folks, which type 2 diabetes is a very, very reversible condition. I told you, just like how I reversed it, just like many other people have reversed this chronic health condition, because it's a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. You change that, you change the whole trajectory of your health, the whole trajectory. So do me a favor, folks, put the word A1C in the chat. That is, put the words A1C in the chat. If you want to know what an A1C is, because that's where we're going to start today. I told you today we got a lot of goodies for you today. What's an A1C? What is diabetes? We're going to talk about that. What is insulin resistance? We're going to talk about that. We got some friends coming on. We got my man, like I said, we got my man, Diabetic Dad, man. He's going to come on and he's going to give y'all some words of it, some encouraging words. All right. Coach Steph, she's going to be on this afternoon. Who else is going to be? My man Chach, he's going to be on a little bit later. And then my man Jay Lace and I, we're going to do something tonight. A1C. All right, put it in the chat, folks. A1C. A1C. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let me lift my thing up over here. We're going to talk all things A1C, folks. What the heck is it? I got two cameras, so let me bring it up. Let me see if I got you over here. A1C, there we go. There we go. All right. It's the new year. It's the new me, right? For the new year and the new me, very first thing that you got to learn, what you got to know is what the heck is type 2 diabetes? What the heck is insulin resistance? What the heck is an A1C? It's very, very, very important to know. Because like I told you before, you can defeat this condition. Hemoglobin A1C. That over there. A1C. This, folks, now listen, here's the thing. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm just telling you from my own experience of me being a health coach, me being a nutritionist, and from my own experience and from all the research I've done trust me, lots of research on this condition, on type 2 diabetes, on insulin resistance. So I'm not giving you medical advice. It's not medical advice, folks. I can't do that. I'm not the doctor. I don't have the audacity to do that. But here it is. What the heck's a hemoglobin A1C? Hemoglobin A1C is probably one of the most important metrics that you are going to get whenever you go to the doctor. It is your hemoglobin A1C. The word hemo means iron and oxygen. Iron and oxygen rich blood. You've probably gone to the doctor before and they say, hey, listen, I'm anemic. I have low iron, right? You got low energy. You probably experienced, or some people have experienced that before. Put a me in the chat if you've ever experienced that before. But the word hemo means iron and oxygen. So iron and oxygen rich blood. So basically every time you breathe, you gotta have some hemoglobin. Globin means protein. Protein, so iron and oxygen rich blood being carried through every cell of your body by a protein. That is what the word hemoglobin means, folks. Iron and oxygen rich blood. AKA the air that you breathe, the oxygen that you breathe is hemoglobin. So just think of it that way. What do I mean by that? See how long you can hold your breath. My guess is not very long. Okay, so we're talking hemoglobin. A1C is how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. Over the past 3 months, how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin? Now, that doesn't sound like a good word. I use the word stuck on purpose. Stuck to your hemoglobin. What kind of sugar? Well, the sticky stuff. You know, the same sticky stuff from a Jolly Rancher, or get a piece of candy on your finger. That same sticky stuff, folks, is the stuff that is stuck to your hemoglobin. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Kind of like if you just take go jump into a pool of soda and you get out and you let it dry and it gets all sticky. That same sticky stuff, imagine that sticky stuff being on every cell of your body. And it's indicated by a percent. Now that number can go anywhere between low as 4 and as high as 30. Do me a favor, folks, if you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat. Throw your A1C in the chat if you are comfortable with it. Like, what's your A1C? Like, mine got up to a 6.5. When I went and got mine, check this out. Mine was a 6.5, folks. When I was this guy, my A1C was a 6.5, a 10. Okay. Hi, Happy New Year. How are you doing? I'm doing super good over here. When my A1C was this high, when I was this big, folks, let me show you over here on this camera. When I was this big, my A1C was a 6.5. That's the highest I let it get to. I didn't let it get any higher than that. Okay? I didn't have time for that. 6.5. That's what mine got to. All right, so 10. So if you're comfortable with it, folks, throw your A1C in the chat. We're talking all things A1C. What the hell is the hemoglobin A1C? One of the most important metrics that you ever get when you go to the doctor. Why? It's because it's going to give you an indication of basically how long you got left on this earth. It's a very, very important number. Because hemoglobin is literally the oxygen that you breathe. And if you've got sugar to it, this percent of sugar, so if your A1C is at a 5, a 6, or 7, or whatever it is the percent of sugar. Mine got to a 6.5. But who can tell me, folks, what happens when you go to the doctor and your results come back between a 5.7 through a 6.4? Like, that's your A1C. What does that mean, folks? Throw it in the chat. What does it mean when your A1C is a 5.7 to a 6.4? Who can tell me what it means? What is that diagnosis? Again, I'm not the doctor. I can't diagnose this, but what does that mean? Who can tell me? Any guesses? 5.7, 6.4. Okay, there it is. Brenda's got it. Pre-diabetes. That's it. Pre-diabetes, folks. That's what it is. So what the hell is pre-diabetes? Okay, let's find out what that is. Who can tell me what the most important hormone is in the body? Yeah, insulin resistance. That's where insulin resistance is starting. What's the most important hormone in the body? Any guesses? Anyone know what the most important hormone is in the body? Well, let me tell you. It's a big one. Most important hormone in the body. Any guesses? I'm type 2. Last check, 8.9. Diet change and exercise to get to it down. That's it. That's what you're going to have to do. Diet and exercise, right? That's the one that most folks don't want to hear. How you doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. If you're just joining the room, put new in the chat. Throw the word new in the chat. We're talking about all things. Right now, we're talking about all things hemoglobin A1C. Happy New Year to you. It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. What's an A1C? This is what we're talking about right now. If you're just joining, a couple of folks just joined the room, or quite a few folks just joined the room. So let's go right back to the beginning. Since you just joined us, we're still at the beginning. We're talking about a hemoglobin A1C, most important number that there is. Look, the word hemo means iron and oxygen. That's what the word hemo means. So iron and oxygen-rich blood needs to flow through every cell of your body. Thank you, Kishma. Iron and oxygen-rich blood needs to flow through every cell of your body. Every time you breathe, that is hemoglobin. So very, very, very important stuff. Every time you breathe, that is hemoglobin. So iron and oxygen-rich blood. What's hemoglobin? It's so important, folks, that if you don't have enough of it, the doctors will give you a blood transfusion. That's how important hemoglobin is. It is literally the oxygen that you breathe. A1C is how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. How much sugar stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months? Sugar meaning the sticky stuff. How much sticky stuff has been stuck to it? It's really the stuff that gets on your finger and gets real sticky and it gets real nasty, right? That is sugar. Okay, now that we're back, now that we're caught up, that's a percent. If you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat, folks. My A1C got to a 6.5. So if you're comfortable with it, throw your A1C in the chat. So for my folks who are just joined us, a couple of folks who just joined us. So when my A1C got to a 6.5, it was here. This was me. This was me. 7.7. Can I get my A1C down from a 10? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can get your A1C down from whatever. Okay. All right. 7.7, a 12, oh, 50. Whoa. You may be using a different metric. I lost 28 pounds, but my A1C is at 8.9, 6.4, 6. How do I measure A1C? You go to the doctor and get a test done by the doctor. Your doctor will give you your A1C test, the official one, right? You can go to clinics as well. You can get them done. I've heard about some at-home tests. I've never done the at-home test, but that's predominantly where you go get it from, the doctor. If I was 128, if your blood sugar is at 128, yeah, that's in the diabetic range. 5.8, okay. Those numbers that y'all are calling out are the percent of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin. That's what it means. So when your A1C is a 5.7 to a 6.4, that means that you are in a pre-diabetic range. That's it. The numbers you're calling out, 5.8, 5.9. Those are pre-diabetic numbers. So it means that you are already becoming insulin resistant. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's what it means. So insulin resistant just hasn't gotten bad yet. Okay, who can tell me what it means when your A1C is a 6.5 or higher? When your A1C gets to a 6.5, when it gets to a 7, when it gets to an 8, when it gets to a 9. What does that mean, folks? What diagnosis is that when your A1C gets that high? 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 12, someone was saying. What does it mean? I'm learning a lot already. Shout out to you. How do you lower your A1C down to a 6? Number one, you can join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? It's been over 350 people who have joined this challenge, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's where I would start at. That is linked in my bio. I am not eating after 8 now. Was waking up 1:30 to 6:30. Haven't in years used to weight 180 to 225. I'm not eating after 8 now. Waking up 1:30 to 160. Okay. All right. So you're saying that your morning fasting blood sugars are getting better. Nice. Yep. Type 2. Type 2. My dad is just diagnosed, 82 years old. A1C is a 12. Yes. Type 2. That's what it means. Diabetes. It means this. Diabetes means this. What is the percent? What is the percent of sugar? This is these numbers that you're calling out that is stuck to your hemoglobin. Insulin is the most important hormone in the body. So the higher the number is, the more insulin resistant you are becoming. Insulin is responsible for knocking on the door of the cell and opening up the energy, opening up the cell so that the energy can get into your cells, so that you can move your body around and have energy, just like I have right now. That's the job of insulin, the most important hormone in the body. And if you are resistant to it, folks, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing if you are resistant to the most important hormone in your body, right? It's not a good thing. So the higher the number is, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, the 11s, the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, however high your number gets, the more the percentage of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin. What does that mean? It means it causes glycation. Glycation means that you're aging. It means it makes your cells, so sugar makes your cells age faster than what they should, like a lot of years faster. It's like rusting. Think of a pipe. You see a pipe and it's nice and fresh in the beginning, but as the years go by, the pipe gets rusty and rusty and rusty. Folks, that's what's happening to your cells. So that's literally what happens. It causes oxidation. So the more sugar that you got stuck to your hemoglobin, the faster basically you're checking out of here. That's essentially what it means. It means the faster the number, the higher the higher your A1C, the faster you're rusting, or the faster you're aging, the faster, AKA, you got a date with the Grim Reaper. That's what it means. The faster you got a date with the Grim Reaper. Because the sugar is literally choking the life out of you. This hemoglobin, it's iron and oxygen. It's the oxygen that you breathe. So the sugar is literally, I mean, quite literally, choking the life out of you. It's why people leave here 20 years too soon. My sister passed away at the age of 55 years old due to complications from this number right here. Her A1C was high for many, many years. She was a diabetic for 20 years. And as a result, all of the sugar from over the years literally choked the life out of my sister. And she is no longer here at the age of 55 years old. She passed away in her sleep 2 years ago. So folks, when I tell you that this number is a serious number, this number is nothing to play around with. But you can do it. You can reset this thing, folks. You don't have to have a high hemoglobin A1C. You can actually do something about it. You can do something about it. You can. It's time. If it's time to change. That's the only thing that you can do is you're gonna have to change. Okay. Because for things to change, you're gonna have to change. If we've been doing what we've been doing, we're gonna keep on getting what we've been getting. And our A1C is going to continue to climb. And the more it climbs, the less we've got time to spend with our family. That's what a hemoglobin A1C is, folks. So if this is making sense to you, folks, put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to you. Health yes on what an A1C is. I'm going to tell you how to fix it next, but this is making sense to you. Put the words health yes in the chat of what it means to have a high hemoglobin A1C. Health yes. Okay, health yes. Health yes. All right, how many health yeses do we have? This is making sense to you. Put a health yes in the chat. And you understand what a hemoglobin A1C is. All right. A couple of health yeses. Any other health yeses? Health. Yes. All right, cool. Got a couple more yeses. Got a couple of more yeses. All right. Yep. Got a couple of yeses. Here it is, folks. You said that this number is making sense to you. You're ready to change that number. You're ready to change that number. It's 14-day challenge is calling your name. What can you do about it? What do you eat? You need a structured plan. You need a blueprint. You need to start the year off right. It says, I need a blueprint. This is my year. I don't know what to do. Here's where you start. This 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here is where you start. Click here. Click on this link again. Here's where you start. Here's where you start your transformation. Here's where you start bringing this number down and getting it back to the normal range. What's the normal range? We want it around about a 5.3. That's about where we want it. Again, I'm not the doctor. This is not medical advice. But what I can tell you, folks, is this the food? It's mainly the food that's causing you to have a high A1C. There's a lot of other things that could be causing it, like stress management, lack of activity, eating and sleeping. There's a lot of things that could be causing it, but it's predominantly what you're eating. Take the quiz, take the masterclass. There's a free PDF, free quiz, free masterclass. But this one is the big one right here. This one is for my folks who are ready for serious change. You said if you gotten to the point where change isn't just desired, it's downright necessary. If that's you, if you're insulin resistant, if you have a high A1C and you need to get this thing down because it ain't gonna lower itself, it's time to step outside of your comfort zone. This 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is built it's specifically for you, for my folks who are, like I said, insulin resistant, high blood sugar, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, right? PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. All of these conditions that are related to insulin resistance. These are all insulin resistance related things, folks. We're going to talk about insulin resistance here in a second. But this 14-day challenge is for you because I get it. I get how frustrating it is to have high blood sugar every single day. Not even every single day, every single year. Since we just started this new year, you had high blood sugar in 2025. You had high blood sugar in 2024. You had high blood sugar in 2023. Heck, you've had high blood sugar for so many years in a row, you can't even remember how many years it's been. Like, I don't know, like 20, I don't know. 2026 is going to be a different year for you. And it starts with this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everything's free on the page, folks. The quiz is free. The masterclass is free. The only thing that I got to charge you for is real people getting real results in 14 days. It's only $99 to join this challenge. But if you use the discount code Kickstart is the discount code. Use that discount code Kickstart. You're joining the challenge for 30% off. $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You use that discount code Kickstart. What are we kickstarting? We're kickstarting off your brand new year. This is actually going to be the year that you do it. Now, it's not going to be the year when you say another year. This is going to be the year. And it starts with this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code Kickstart. I've been fasting for 2 months and lost 27 pounds. Shout out to you, Bishop. Doctors medicate you, but it's your diet and exercise. That's it. That's what we're doing in this 14-day challenge. It's diet. How do you know what your blood sugar level is? Can it be measured at home? It can be measured at home. There's some tests that you can take at home. I've never taken the test at home, the A1C test. You can take your blood sugar at home. Yeah, your normal everyday blood sugar. But the A1C, I've heard of those tests, but I haven't gotten one where you go get the at-home test. I always just go to my doctor and get the A1C test. Yep, lab work is better. Shout out to you. Amazing. Amazing that the lab work is better. Same thing what happened to me, folks. I don't have diabetes anymore. I don't have heart disease anymore. I'm not obese anymore. I don't have any of that anymore. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. So what I did is I took everything that I did. A lot of people ask, well, Kelley, what did you do? How did you reverse the condition, man? How did you get rid of it? How did you do that? No medicine. I'm not telling you to get off your medicine or get on your medicine. I can't do that. I'm not a doctor. But what I can tell you, folks, is from my experience, okay, and from everything that I've studied and becoming a nutritionist, it's the food. It's the food that has caused you to become a type 2 diabetic. Yeah, there's other things. There's stress. There's lack of activity. There's lack of sleep. There's substance abuse. There's steroids. There's all medication. There's all kinds of things that can trigger it. But it's predominantly the foods that you're eating. And in 14 days, this is what the challenge is about. It's designed to take you outside of your comfort zone. That's what this challenge is about. It's designed to take you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days. Because there have been people who have lowered their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. There's someone who fasting blood sugar was over 500. By the time day 14 hit, she was already at a 150. This is day 14. There's been people who have blood sugar over 400, less than 100 on day 14. There have been people who joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge that have been taken off of their medication by their doctor. I can't take you off your medication. I'm not the doctor. I can't do that. I can't take you off your medication. I don't have the authority or the audacity to take you off your medication. I can't do that. But the people who have joined the challenge, they go to their doctor. They get the results before, and then they go to the doctor after. And the doctors look at their lab work again, talking about lab work. The doctor looks at their lab work again and determine, I'm going to take you off your medication. Okay? You've been taken off of your medication. I can't do that. People who have joined this 14-day challenge and the doctor goes and sees their results, the doctor takes them off of there. So the doctor can do it. Shout out to our doctors out there. Love the doctors. Someone just joined the challenge. Shout out to you for joining the challenge. Shout out to you for joining that challenge. What do you need to do? You need to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Is what you need to do. Here it is. I'm going to show you. So if you click here and then you click on my picture again, you got to click here. Click on my picture again. This is the challenge. What is the challenge? When you ask them, well, what's the challenge, sir? The challenge is here. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. And I'm going to show you what that is. Click there, click on my picture again. Click on this link that says Linktree. It's a lot of goodies on my page. Quiz, masterclass. The quiz is free. Masterclass is free. The what else is this? The PDF is free. But here it is right here. This one is the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This one is a challenge for my folks who are ready for serious change. It is a nutrition challenge based on eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. Why is it a challenge? We're going to stop eating the crack for 14 days, and we're just going to eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes, beans, lots of beans, okay? And then leaner sources of protein, chicken, turkey, steak, eggs. I'm just going to show you how to change the order of the food that you're eating. It's basically like a boot camp for your blood sugar. So if you have high blood sugar, if you have insulin resistance, if you are pre-diabetic, if you've got type 2 diabetes, if you've got erectile dysfunction, if you've got insulin resistance, if you've got any of that stuff, this 14-day high blood sugar, this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for you, because I get it. I get how frustrating it is to have high blood sugar every single day. I showed you my pictures, right? Now I don't have diabetes anymore. I don't have heart disease anymore. I don't have, I'm not obese anymore. 2021, I told you 2021, on January 1, 2021, I decided, here it is. This was in December of 2020, I think. No, was it 20? This wasn't, yeah, 2019. This was December 2019. 2020, I tried to figure it out, still couldn't figure it out. But in 2021, damn it, I figured it out. Okay. January 1 of 2021, I decided to go from the worst shape of my life to the best shape of my life. That's what I did in 2021. That's called diabetes. That's called heart disease. That's called being obese right there. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. January 2021, pretty much right there. January 1st, I said, let's make some changes. This is the year I'm going to actually change. This is the year I'm going to put all my excuses to the side, and this is the year I'm going to freaking get to work. And that's what I did that year. 2026 is your year. Order of eating is key. Exactly, Crazy J. Order of eating is key. So in this 14-day challenge, I'm going to change the order of the food you're eating. I'm not necessarily going to change the food. Yeah, we're going to be eating real, whole, unprocessed foods, the foods that I named out. We're just going to change the order of it. You change the order of it, and you eat it that way for a specific amount of times. As little as, why is my stuff different? Little as 14 days, okay? It's because we're getting directly to the point. If you are ready for change, if that is you, if you are ready to accept the challenge in 2021 or 2026, sorry, 2021 is when I did it. If you are ready to accept the challenge, this 14-day challenge is for you. It's right here. So if you click here, and then you click on my picture again, take you to it. Then click on my picture again, it will take you here. See that link? Boom, you click on that link, that's where it's going to take you. All the goodies are there. Quiz, masterclass is like heaven for diabetic folks, this link. But this is the big one right here, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This is the one that you want to accept. Accept the challenge. Over 350 people have taken this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 350, almost 400 people we're coming up on who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. They come on the live all the time and they share their stories. share their stories about how how their blood sugar has gone from way up and some in the 500s and the 600s. Now it's at a 150 after day 14. Some people come on and share how they've been taken off of their medication by the doctor, by the way. Again, I already told you, I'm not the doctor. I'm not claiming to be a doctor. But what I am claiming is if you show up in this 14-day challenge, if you show up and you do the work and you do it again the next day, you're going to get yourself off of that bottomless pit of more and more and more medication. That's it. That's what it's been in 2025. More and more medication. No. That's what it was in 2024. More and more medication. That's what it was in 2023, right? More and more medication, right? Wasn't it? I don't even know you and I know your story. The question that you got to ask yourself now is 2026 going to be the same story that it was in 2025 and 2024 when it comes to your blood sugar? Is this going to be the year that you get yourself out of the blood sugar matrix? What's the blood sugar matrix? It's red pill, blue pill, red pill, blue pill. You're just stuck in the matrix. You ready to get yourself outside of the matrix? You join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's normally $99 to join this challenge. But today, New Year's, New Year, New Me, New Year's special, $69, 30% off to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you use that discount code ESCAPE. ESCAPE is the discount code to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? At $69 instead of $99. Right here. Sorry, both cameras right here. Oh, sorry, not Escape. Sorry, Kickstart. Kickstart is going to be the New Year's Kickstart. Sorry, I said Escape. I meant Kickstart. Escape is the normal one. But anyhow, Kickstart. Use that discount code. $69, 30% off to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where your 2026 is guaranteed to start off in the right way. That's why it's called the reset. We ain't starting 2026 off like we did 2025 or end in 2025. We're coming in this year with this mindset. For things to change, I'm going to have to change. That's the mindset for 2026. For things to change, you are going to have to change. Because if you don't change, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be 2025 on repeat. It's going to be the same doctor's visits again this year in 2026 on repeat. Just like it was last year, just like it was the year before that. Just bad news on repeat every time you go to the doctor. Change starts the moment you stop letting yesterday's story control your tomorrow. That's when change starts. Yesterday's story? No. You're not letting that control you. You're going to stop letting that control you. We're not going to be prisoners in 2026. This is what we got to say. We got to vow to ourselves in 2026 that we are not going to be prisoners to ourselves. We're not going to be prisoners to our preferences. Let me say that. So don't be a prisoner to your preferences. To get your A1C here, where do we want to get our A1C? We want to get our A1C to a 5.3. Ideal range. To get your A1C to a 5.3 this year, you're going to have to kiss your comfort zone goodbye. You're going to have to kiss your comfort zone goodbye. Because that's the only way that you're going to get there. You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. Because everything that you want and don't have, when you know where it is, it's outside of your comfort zone. To get your A1C to a 5.3, I saw some numbers in there. We were like a 12 or 13, very, very high numbers. To get your numbers there, you're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. Let's see. Sounds good to me. Let's do it. Key is order. Order is key. All right. Any questions? Any questions on what a hemoglobin A1C really is, folks? All right. No questions on that. All right, how we doing, folks? My name is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Any questions that you got related to anything? Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, gestational diabetes, pre-diabetes. Shout out to you, Mario Spain. Insulin resistance, what the heck is it? That's what we're going to talk about right now. What the heck is insulin resistance? This one is a big one, folks. Insulin resistance, whoo! This is a big one. A1C is at an 8.2. Nice. We got to bring that one down. That's a bit too high, right? We talked about before 5.3. We want to get it into a 5.3. There have been people who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, and they've taken their A1C down from 8 to a 6. From an 8 to a 6, they've taken their A1C down in 14 days. There's someone who was taking their A1C down from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. Real people getting real results 14 days. The question is, are you going to be the next one? Have you ever heard of someone having shivering, shaking episodes when blood sugar goes over average? Yeah, your body is your body's in panic mode. So yeah, absolutely. When your blood sugar is low or when it's very, very high, yeah. Either way, your body's going to go into panic mode. Because here's the thing, your body only wants to see 1 teaspoon of sugar. Anything above that, our blood sugar starts getting in the 200s and the 300s and the 400s and the 500s and the 600s and the 700s. Like, that's a lot of blood sugar. Your body doesn't know how to handle it. And when it goes very, very low, same thing. Your body doesn't know how to handle it. When it starts going into like the 40s, your body doesn't know how to handle it, folks. It gets a little bit crazy. Okay. Like I said, folks, for my folks who are ready for serious change, if you're ready for serious change, this 14-day challenge is calling your name. Use that discount code KICKSTART to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Insulin resistance, what the heck is it? We all eat food. Here's what insulin resistance is. Here's the main thing that's holding us all back. Insulin resistance. When we eat food, specifically when we eat things like carbohydrates, rice, potatoes, pasta, some of the stuff that you were naming out earlier, some of the candy, some of the, all of the junk, right? All of the sodas, that's the stuff that's going to make our blood sugar go high. Because why? That stuff has glucose in it. Glucose. Everything that you eat is going to pretty much turn into glucose, aka blood sugar. You see that? So whenever you eat food, that food is going to turn into, it's going to basically start getting separated. That pasta that you eat, that long string of pasta, that's all glucose. That's going to get broken up and turned into glucose. Then your pancreas will sense that, and your pancreas will release insulin. So you eat food, specifically if you eat things like carbohydrates, rice, pasta, all of that stuff, it gets turned into glucose, aka sugar. Your pancreas says, hey, what the heck is going on? I noticed some glucose into my bloodstream. So the pancreas will send out some reinforcements in the form of insulin. Insulin's job, like I told you before, insulin is the most important hormone in the body, folks. What happens when your mouth is burning you? That it could be a whole bunch of things. I don't know what you mean by that one, boss. What do you mean when your mouth's burning? I don't know. I've been looking at some protocols on TikToks, but they're all a bit too expensive. Well, this 14-day challenge, my 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, is for my folks who are ready for serious change. If you're ready for serious change, and if you're ready for something different, and if you're ready for something that actually works, like you said before, you shouldn't have to struggle with high blood sugar. You shouldn't have to struggle with type 2 diabetes. And it shouldn't be unbearably high, okay? That's why I created the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. For my folks just like you who are struggling with this condition. So if you're struggling with this condition, high blood sugar, insulin resistance, all of that jazz, you know the thing, the 14-day challenge is for you. Join that 14-day challenge. Your 2026 is shaping up to look a whole lot different than 2025. Use that discount code KICKSTART. KICKSTART is the discount code to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Petra, is metformin good for you? Well, I can tell you this. Here's what it's doing. It's artificially lowering your blood sugar. It's not actually lowering your blood sugar, but it's artificially lowering your blood sugar. So anything that's artificial is, again, I'm not the doctor. I can't tell you get on and get off your medication, but anything artificial, you don't want to put it into a real body. What do you put into a real body? You put in the real food that it needs. The food is the medicine. What do I think about metformin? I think the food is the medicine. The medicine and the medicine is the food. The food is the medicine and the medicine is the food. If we cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, okay, then we can talk about the medication. But we got to be able to fix it with the diet and lifestyle first. What if you're taking medication and sugar levels won't go down? Again, I can't tell you to get on and get off your medication, but what I can tell you is there have been people who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and they've been taken off of their medication by the doctor. They joined the 14-day challenge and they were taken off of their medication at the end of the 14 days by the doctor. Again, I never make claims like that because unless they come on and share their own story, I can't say that. I can't take people off their medication. But their doctor, their medical doctor, who has a medical degree, took them off of their medication after the 14-day challenge. What kind of medication? The metformin, like you just named. What other kind? The insulin, like, you know, a lot of folks are on insulin. A lot of folks are taking all other kind of medications that you can't even name, glipicides and all kinds of stuff. How do I join? You click that link in my bio. So you click here, you click on my picture again. Let me show you how to join. You click here, then you click on my picture again. You got to click on my picture though. And it's going to take you there. See that link tree? Click on that link that says link tree. There it is. Here's where all the goodies are. The quiz, the masterclass, the 14-day challenge is right here. Here's the challenge right here, which over 350, almost 400 people have signed up for this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What you can expect for me to take you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. Get you out to achieve the results that you're looking for. It's going to be outside of your comfort zone. It's not going to be comfortable, okay? Because it's changing. We're going to change everything. What are we changing? What you're eating. Because it's what you're eating that's causing your blood sugar to go crazy. It's predominantly what you're eating. Yeah, there's stress. Yeah, there's activity. Yeah, there's all that stuff. But the food is the medicine. That's my old picture, right? That's me. The food is the medicine, and the medicine is the food. So that is what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. The food being the medicine and the medicine being the food. Hang out with your boy for 14 days. You hang out with your boy for 14 days. And I'm going to show you at the end of those 14 days that This whole time, no matter how long you've had diabetes, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, it's been the food. Use that discount code Kickstart. You're joining the challenge for 30% off. 30% off to join the challenge. $69 to join the challenge. It's normally $99, but today, New Year's Day, New Year, New Me, use that discount code Kickstart. You're joining the 14-day challenge, $69. Let's see. How do I join? Yeah, that's how you join. It's not the money, sir. It's just something I want to work if I put my effort in. Yeah, something you want to work. So that is why you deserve something that works. Petra, that's why I created the 14-day challenge. Okay? Because you deserve something that works from someone who's been there. Can you tell me how to reverse my spouse type 2 diabetes? Yeah, they're going to have to show up. They're going to have to do some work, and they have to do it again the next day. Change is what comes around reversing type 2 diabetes. Stress, changing your stress habits, changing your activity, changing your eating, specifically your eating, your sleeping, and then cutting back on the alcohol. That is where you start, right? But where you really start is this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This is where you start, all right? Your next steps are simple. It's to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge where you're going to start to reversing type 2 diabetes. You're going to start to reverse type 2 diabetes. Are you going to reverse type 2 diabetes in 14 days? Like we already talked about insulin resistance in 14 days? No, you ain't going to reverse insulin resistance in 14 days. But what you are going to do is you are going to put a freaking big dent in it, okay? You're going to put a huge dent in it. Movement, run, walk, that helps with meds, yeah. Doctor put me on metformin, but I'm not too crazy about starting it. If you're not too crazy about starting it, because here's all you're doing. Here's all you're doing. Is you just basically the sink is overflowing on the floor. The sink is running over, and all you're doing is open with metformin. All you're doing is opening the door and sweeping the water out. Okay, you're sweeping the water out. Your floor is still wet because the water is still running. Go turn the water off. Okay, then sweep it all up. You don't have to worry about it anymore. When you're taking metformin, that's all you're doing, and you're just sweeping the water out. That's it. The faucet is still running. The 14-day challenge is different. We're going to show you how to turn the faucet off based on the food that you're eating, because the food that you're eating is that faucet. The food that you're eating is that faucet. So that's what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. We're going to turn that faucet off. That faucet that you got running with all of that blood sugar just flowing over. I'll show you how to turn that faucet off. You want to know how to turn that faucet off? Use that discount code. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. And I promise you, your 2026 will not look the same as your 2025. They talk about new year, new me. It will freaking be a new you. When people who have joined this challenge, been taken off of their medication, you know how new you feel when you get taken off of your medication by your doctor. You feel pretty damn new. Discount code is Kickstart. How can I join the challenge if I work all day? It's a. What do you mean if you work all day? It is a nutrition challenge. I give you the blueprint on what to eat, when to eat it. It's going to be, and when to eat it, and your job is you still eat, right? You eat, that's when you do it. It's a nutrition challenge. You're eating, that's it. But A1C and medication decisions usually take more than 14 days. Yeah, you would think so, right? You would think so, right? But when you've been dealing with diabetes for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and your numbers ain't moved at all, no matter what you did, and when you and the doctor did, nothing has changed. And when people do my 14-day challenge, they go get tested before the challenge, okay? And then they come back 15 days later after the challenge, have another doctor's visit. And the doctor see that their A1C went from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days, from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. How their fasting blood sugar went from some people's from a 500 down to a 150 in 14 days. Yeah, the doctor will see that, okay? And the doctor will say, that's amazing. I'm not the doctor. I hear the stories every day. I get the emails, I get the text messages, I get all of this stuff I love it. DMs, you know, doctors' minds are blown after the 14-day challenge, folks. That made me sick and sugar higher than medication. Okay. May I ask what types of foods are you talking about? Just curious. Real, whole, unprocessed foods, fruits, vegetables. No, well, in the challenge, we're not doing fruits in the challenge. Let me take that back. So vegetables, nuts and seeds, legumes, aka beans, and then leaner sources of protein. So whether that be chicken, whether that be steak, whether that be eggs, whether that be tofu, whether that be tempeh, right? These are the foods that we're eating in the challenge. All I'm doing is showing you how to eat it in the correct order, because that is the most important thing. The order of the food in which you eat it, that's the structure I'm going to teach you. This is the blueprint that over 350 people have joined. Okay. How can I join the challenge? I'm about to show you right now. Oh, it's just a food challenge. Yeah, it's a food challenge. That's what it is. I'll try to join before the day is over. Yes, you want to use this? You got to join before the day is over, because that's when the $69 goes away. $11.59 tonight is where Kickstart goes away, and it goes back to the normal price. So you want to use that today, Kickstart. Let's see. Let me show you how I'm interested in joining the challenge. Here we go. To keep that, will they have to make it a lifestyle beyond 14 days to keep the glucose level there? That's it. That's it. C-Dion roll. That's it. This is the start. You're not going to reverse type 2 diabetes in 14 days. You're going to have some more work to do after the 14 days. But the 14 days is to show you what can happen when you lock in for 14 days. You're still going to have diabetes after 14 days. It takes a lot longer than 14 days to totally defeat the condition. It's going to take you at least 3 months. At least. Keyword is at least 3 months to totally defeat it. But in 14 days, you're going to give it a run for its damn money. Here's how you join the 14-day challenge right here. 14 days, you're going to give it a run for its damn money right here. Click that. You click on my picture, and then you click on my picture again right here. 14-day challenge right here. There it is. There's a lot of goodies on my page, folks. The quiz, the masterclass, here it is all here. But this one is the challenge, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. 14 days. This is a blueprint. It's a nutrition blueprint. It's a food blueprint. It's all laid out for you. It's a system, folks. It's all scripted for you. If you've got diabetes, I had heart disease, insulin resistance, all of that stuff, it's all scripted out for you. The videos are there. Everything is scripted out for you. The directions are there. You just got to show up and do the work. That's it. It's a challenge, though. It's a challenge. Challenging you to eat real, whole, unprocessed foods for 14 days. Cut the crap out of your diet. The carbonated junk, the refined sugar, artificial stuff, processed foods. Cutting that all out. It's normally $99 you join this challenge. But today only, Kickstart the new year. That's the discount code. Kickstart. Use that discount code, Kickstart. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for 30% off. $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Kickstart. Let me see here. All right, sounds good. I'm interested in joining the challenge. Yup. All right, back to it. I'll stop to answer some questions, but back to this glucose thing over here. All right, let's go back to insulin resistance. We got sidetracked. Eat food. The food turns into glucose. Then your pancreas comes in and it says, what the hell's going on? I noticed some glucose in the bloodstream. So release the hounds, release the insulin. That's what you're doing, releasing the insulin. And then once you release the insulin, what comes after that? The cells. The cells. You said you took fruit out of the 14-day. Isn't fruits a major part of daily routine? The 14-day challenge. For the 14-day challenge, we ain't doing fruit. That's one thing I will tell you in the 14-day challenge. We will do. After the 14-day challenge, you hang out with me for a little while longer. We ease you back into it, right? We ease you back into the fruits. But initially, no, we're not going to do fruits, because fruits, at the end of the day, they still raise your blood sugar. We're going very, very strategically. Very, very strategic. So no fruits for 14 days. Okay, insulin, and then the cells come in. Cells resist. This is insulin resistance, folks. You eat food, food turns into glucose. Your pancreas comes in and says, I noticed some glucose in the bloodstream. Insulin comes, so the pancreas releases insulin and tells insulin to open the cell door. Open the cell door so that the energy can get into the cells. What energy? This energy, glucose. It needs to get into the cells. Why does it need to get into the cells? Because you need to move and you need to have energy and you need to just go about your day. So that is the job of insulin. This is all insulin out here. These little receptors, these are receptors. And it attaches to the cell and it tells the cell, hey, cell, open up so the blood sugar can get in so that you can have energy and you can be strong. That's how it goes. I'll be in Jamaica. I'm in Jamaica. I'll be able to join. Yes, you are. There's been many people from many of the islands who have joined the challenge. Yes, many islands have joined the challenge. So there's been people, whatever country you're in, as long as you've got the internet, you can join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Right? It's going to go straight to your inbox. It's going to go straight to your inbox. You're going to get a text message, and it's going to go straight to your inbox. Right? You use your reset your password, log in, and then you're in the system. You're ready to go. All you got to do is go get your groceries. Once you get your groceries, you're ready to go. You're ready to follow the plan. It's a blueprint, folks. It's all structured for you. What can I eat on my big C fight? What can I eat on my big C fight? What do you mean on your big C fight? Am I missing something? Big C. What can I? Okay, I got it. You're using code words. But that's not my specialty. I can't help you on the big C fight. But what I can tell you is, if you're insulin resistance, you got to knock that down. If you've already got the big C, as you call it, and you're insulin resistant as well, let's work on the insulin resistance. That's going to help you out a lot, right? Fixing the insulin resistance. Because this is what insulin resistance is. The cells start to resist the insulin. Why are they resisting the insulin? Because the insulin has come around too much, asking to get in to the party. So the cells are like, no, you've come around here too much. Keep it moving. First of all, we're already full. You see this? This is already energy. We're already full. So we need you to keep it moving. We're already full. So that's called insulin resistance. When the cells tell the insulin and the blood sugar to keep it moving. Why? Because they come around too much. They build up a tolerance to you. And then they're already filled with energy. They're already filled with fat, and they're already filled with, and the muscle tissues are filling up with fat. Everything is filling up with fat around your abdomen area. So the cells start to resist, and then what happens next? When the cells resist, insulin goes and turns this glucose and tells it to store fat storage. Since cells are resisting and insulin is a fat storage hormone, insulin tells you to store fat and save it for later. The reason you store fat and save it for later is because it is used for energy for later on. So that's why your body tells you to store the fat. So check it out. After that fat storage, the next thing is you start getting hungry again. You get hungry. Hungry, and you get tired. That's it. And then why do you get hungry and why do you get tired? Because insulin is a fat storage hormone. So when you store away the fat, you store away the energy. After about an hour and a half, by another hour and a half, you're hungry again already, right? Hour and a half later. You're hungry, you're tired, you got sugar cravings an hour and a half later, don't you? That's because insulin is a fat storage hormone. It's going to take all the energy that you just ate and put it away in the cells. So that's why you're hungry, that's why you're tired. And the last thing you do is we repeat. Repeat. That's insulin resistance, folks. That's it. That's equals type 2 diabetes. That's diabetes again. That's it. You eat food, that food turns to sugar, aka glucose. Your pancreas kicks into high gear, says, we noticed that there's some glucose. The pancreas says, we noticed that there's some glucose, blood sugar in the bloodstream. Okay, now I got to release the hounds, which is insulin. Got to release the insulin so that I can take the glucose and put it into the cells. All right, see, this is all energy. I got to put it into the cells. That's the job of insulin, is to knock on the cell's door and says, hey, cells, open up. We've got some glucose that needs to get in. But here's where the problems start. Your cells, over time, they start to resist the insulin. And when they resist the insulin, as the years go by, more and more and more and more. Why are they resisting? Well, because they're already full. They're already full of energy. They're already full of fat. They're already full. And you come around too much, knocking on the door too much, so that eventually we stop listening. So that's what happens. Insulin is the fat storage hormone, which tells you to store the food away, the glucose, store this away into the fat for later. So as a result, you get hungry, you get tired 90 minutes later. 90 minutes later, you're tired, you're hungry again. So what do? You start from the beginning again. You eat food and then the cycle starts. Folks, diabetes, right? Equals diabetes. Equals insulin resistance. So that's insulin resistance. That's type 2 diabetes. That's how it starts. That's what it's just an endless circle, just like that. Yeah. Won't pre-diabetes go away if you just eat healthier and lose weight? Why do a challenge? Because that's what it is. It's just not that simple. A lot of people, you can just say, hey, eat healthier, lose weight. That's very generic advice. That's what the doctor's going to give you. Doctor's probably going to give you, hey, you need to lose weight. But how many people have done it? How many people have done it? Not very. Did a study. 9 in 10 people, when they say, hey, do diet and exercise, 9 in 10 people don't do it. One person does. Out of those 10. Out of 100, you may get 10 people that do it. Why? It's because you got to change. You got to change. You got to get outside of your comfort zone. So that's why the challenge. The challenge is for me to take you outside of your comfort zone to do something you wouldn't normally do. That's why. Oh, that's why intermittent fasting is the best. Being in a fed state isn't realistic for our bodies. Yo, Black Dog. Yeah, shout out to you, Black Dog. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Why intermittent fasting is great. Intermittent fasting can be used as a tool. Doing this whole process right here, intermittent fasting can be used as a tool right here. So we talked about eating food. So here's what happens when you intermittent fast. Normally, when you eat food, here's what happens. So you eat food, glucose, pancreas, insulin, the whole thing, right? But when you fast, this is what happens. It goes here. So your body says there's no more food. So we got to go over here to our stored fat. Remember that stored fat from earlier? Let's start bringing the insulin down. And when insulin comes down, when you fast, when insulin comes down, fat storage, fat starts to get released. It starts being used as energy. because you don't have any more food coming in. So that's the point of fasting. Yeah, so fasting is great, but here's the thing. You got to train yourself to fast. If you're severely insulin resistant, don't just freaking go balls to the walls fasting. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You don't do that. Okay, somebody just joined the challenge. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where this year, 2026, I promise you, is not going to be the same as 2025. So shout out to you for taking a chance on yourself and starting the change process, because that's what it takes, change, right? So you got an email, you should have an email, you should have a couple of text or a text and a couple of emails, log into your portal, get going. Let's see here. Amen. Losing too much weight. What can I do? If you're losing too much weight from it, are you losing too much weight from unwanted too much weight? You mean from, are you type 2 diabetic? Do you have insulin resistance? The reason that you're losing too much weight, if that's the case, is because your body's in panic mode. Your body goes into panic mode when it can't tap into the, let's just talk about weight. When your body cannot tap into its fuel reserve, it means you're metabolically inflexible. When you fast, you don't have any more food in, so your body shifts over the fat. It's supposed to do that seamlessly. And vice versa. It's supposed to shift over from burning fat for energy, burning fuel for energy, burning fat for energy, burning fuel for energy. And insulin is responsible for that signal. So if you're insulin resistant, when you try to burn from fat from energy to fuel for energy, it says, insulin says, And as a result, your body panics, and therefore you start dumping all of the fat storage, because your body panics because it can't shift between the two, fat and fuel. So therefore, that's why you lose a bunch of weight. Lose a bunch of weight is because your body is in freaking freak out mode. It's in panic mode. So where do you fix that? You fix that through the insulin. Exactly. You fix that through the insulin. Insulin resistance. You fix the insulin resistance. Where do you fix the insulin resistance? It starts right here. It starts with step number 1. The food that you eat. That's step number 1 of defeating insulin resistance. Let me get some water. Because that's predominantly what it is. That's predominantly what's causing this endless cycle right here, is the food that you're eating. Yeah, stress can be a part of it. Yeah, lack of movement can be a part of it. Yeah, lack of sleep can be a part of it. But insulin resistance usually starts right here. You fix that. You fix the insulin resistance. How do you fix the insulin resistance? By the food that you eat. In this 14-day challenge, I'll give you the foods to eat. What foods are we eating? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits. Well, not fruits are not in the challenge, but later on, yeah. But vegetables, non-starchy veggies, all right? Broccoli, kale, cucumber, spinach. This is the food that you should be eating. Real, whole, unprocessed foods. Beans. Navy beans, black beans, cannellini beans, all garbanzo beans. If you got insulin resistance, the superfood for folks who got insulin resistance, for folks who have got high blood sugar, is beans. Black beans, navy beans, red beans, garbanzo beans, pinto beans. These things are resistant starch, folks. And your blood sugar loves a good resistant starch. You know what I'm saying? And then what else is in the challenge? Leaner sources of protein. So we're talking chicken, turkey, steak, eggs, fish, tofu, tempeh, chicken, turkey. All we're doing in the challenge, like I said, I'm a mad scientist. If you don't know me, I'm a mad scientist. I was an engineer before I was a nutritionist. Okay, so I do mad scientist stuff all the time. Trust me. Okay. Trust me. So when it comes to type 2 diabetes, I put my mad scientistry to work, and I put it in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's why it's only 14 days, because that's all we need. I don't need much longer than that to show you what can happen when you lock in for 14 days, because it is the food. If you're ready for change, if you say that's you, if you're ready to accept the challenge, I'm going to show you where to accept the challenge. Here's where you accept the challenge. So if you click here and then you click on my picture again, here's where you accept that challenge. You're ready to accept the challenge. So you click here, click on my picture again. Appreciate the follow. There it is right here. Click on that link. Click here. See that link? Click there. Boom. Link tree. There it is. That's where all the goodies are, folks. What's there? The quiz, the masterclass, but the 14-day challenge is the big one. This is the one for my folks who have said 2026 is not going to be like 2025. If you're ready to get outside of your comfort zone, if you're ready to challenge yourself in 2026 to really do it, if you're ready to do that, if that's you, then this 14-day challenge is calling your name. It's a 14-day challenge. It's a nutrition blueprint. It's all food, right? I'm not doing the other areas because we're locking in for 14 days. If you change the order in which you eat your foods in a very specific way, those foods that I call out, you eat them in a very strategic way for 14 days. When you wake up when you wake up on day 15, you ain't even gonna recognize your blood sugar. You're gonna feel like a whole brand new person. Inflammation going down, yeah. A1C going down, yeah. Fasting blood sugar going down, yeah. Insulin resistance going down, yeah. It's been over 350 people who have joined this 14-day challenge, folks. Over 350. Here it is. So if you're ready to take control, today's the day. You use that discount code KICKSTART. It's normally $99, but if you use that discount code KICKSTART, you're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $69. No, not $79, $69, sorry. $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where? I'm gonna take you on a little thrill ride. Okay? Every day you're gonna wake up and like, man, my blood sugar, it's gonna be turned into a game. Most folks hit me up and says, hey, it's turned into a game. I'm on day 7 and it's turned into a game because every day I wake up, my blood sugars are low. So it's become a game. Okay? My blood sugar is lower today. My blood sugar is lower. It's a game. But it's a game in a good way. Use that discount code ESCAPE. $69 to join that 14-day challenge. Sorry, Kickstart. Sorry, Kickstart is today. Today's code is Kickstart. This code is for today only, Kickstart, because we're kickstarting a brand new year. Any questions? Any questions about the food? Any questions about insulin resistance? Any questions on where type 2 diabetes? Any questions about the challenge? I told you the challenge. Any questions about the challenge? Any questions about what you gotta do? Because I told you folks, today is going to be a long, we're going to be on, don't worry if you don't have questions now, today is going to be a long live. We're going to be on here for a while today. We're going to be on here all night, all day, all night, just to make sure that everybody has gotten the chance to kickstart their year off right in 2026 with brand new blood sugar. Okay? Kick off the year and reset their blood sugar in 2026. What do we got in store for you today? We just gave you a couple of lessons. I just gave you what I give you. Insulin resistance we talked about, and we talked about an A1C. But here in a second, I'm about to bring on my man. Let me see if my man is on. My man, Diabetic Dad, man. Let's see. Oh, yep, he's on. I'm about to send him a message right now. We're going to sit down, folks, and we are going to chop it up a little bit and talk about how to defeat type 2 diabetes. So that's my man, Diabetic Dad, man. It's not a matrix. Laugh, cry, thanks. It is a matrix, okay? It is a blood sugar matrix. I do a segment on the blood sugar matrix. It is definitely a matrix. My A1C recently went from a 7.4, what can I do to reduce it? Well, you can join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's number one. I said that's where I would start. I would start with that challenge. It is a structured system for 14 days to specifically designed for people who are insulin resistant, type 2 diabetic, high blood sugar. If that's you, it's specifically designed for you. Because I get it. I get how frustrating it is to have high blood sugar every single day. So your next steps are simple. And that is to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and start reversing type 2 diabetes naturally. That's where you start. Where you start, it's linked in my bios. Click here, click on my picture again, and then click on my picture again, and then you'll come here. You'll come here. That link, see that link? That's where you'll go. It's a 14-day challenge right here. The quiz is here, masterclass is free, all free stuff. Quiz is the only challenge, the only thing I got to charge you for, because it's real people getting real results in 14 days. Use that discount code KICKSTART, $69 to join the challenge. 30% off. When do you know when you're insulin sensitive? Well, when you're insulin sensitive, you'll know whenever you eat food. When we start right here, when we eat food and that glucose comes out, when that glucose comes out, your blood sugar will rise. Normally, when you're insulin resistant, it'll probably stay elevated for a while. But when you're insulin sensitive, you eat that same food, within 2 hours or so, it's already back to where it was when you started. Basically like 2 to 2.5 hours after you eat that food, your blood sugar is back to normal. That's called being insulin sensitive. Insulin resistance is when you eat that food and it just stays high. It's like, damn it, when's my blood sugar freaking coming down? Yeah. So that's an easy way to tell. So wear CGM. If you don't even have to wear a CGM. Let me say that. You can just prick your finger. You can prick your finger, and then you can see what it was right when you eat, right before you eat. Check it again 2 hours later. Those numbers should be fairly close. It's called being insulin sensitive. Okay, yeah, folks. Here's what you're quite welcome. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a little break, couple-minute break. We'll be back, couple of minutes. We're already done with insulin resistance. Next, I'm gonna jump on and I'm gonna holler at my man. Let me see if he's still on. Because I told you we're gonna be on all day today, folks. Let me see if he's still on. Yep, he's still on. We're gonna be on all day. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna do a quick intermission. Once I come back, we're gonna hop on with my man, Diabetic Dad Man. But in the meantime, here's what I want y'all to do. If that's you, if you're ready for change, if you say that type 2 diabetes, I've had it for a very long time, I'm ready to escape the bottomless pit of more and more medication. Today is the day. Today is the day you're going to kickstart that. Today is the day that we are going to get you outside of your comfort zone. Today's the day that things are going to change. 2026, today, January 1st, new year, new me. This is the time that it's going to change. Where do you do that? Where do you start? The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code KICKSTART while I'm gone. I'll be back in a few. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. All right, we're back, folks. We're back. Couple of folks still with us. Let me see. Hop on my man, Diabetic Dad, man. Hope y'all use that discount code where I was going. Escape, because that's the discount code, folks, to join the challenge. Life-changing experience, folks. This 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is like nothing you've done before. I promise you. When it comes to type 2 diabetes, it's like nothing you've done before. Because here's the thing. When it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes, folks, when it comes to defeating all these chronic health conditions, here's the thing. You can take all the medication that you want. You can take all the Manjaros. You can take all of the metformins. You can take all the glipizide. You can take all that stuff you want until your face turns blue, just like this pen. But here's the thing. If you do not have your diet and lifestyle right first, it doesn't matter. You're just going to be spinning in circles. Your face is going to turn blue, literally. Literally. So lifestyle first, medication second. What numbers fasting insulin? Fasting insulin should be anywhere between 2 and 5. 2 and 5, anywhere between that. Anywhere between 2 and 5, you're good to go. Starts coming in above the 5, that means you've got high levels of insulin resistance. Starts getting into the 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, and all of that stuff. But yeah, so fasting insulin, get that test done by your doctor. Give you a fasting insulin test. Yeah. So what I was saying earlier, it's the food. It's the food that's causing you to have high blood sugar, because food is the medicine and the medicine is the food. I went through this whole cycle right here with you. This whole cycle of what insulin resistance is, the pathways, the process, right? Just went through that whole thing. And it just stays, and when you're type 2 diabetic, it just stays that way on repeat. That's it. Every single day. It's just the same process right here. Every single day. Repeat. My glucose was a 200. If your glucose was at a 200, then where is it now? I'm hoping it's back into the normal range. Under the 200. Under the 100. Under the 100 is where we want it to be. Ideally, we want our blood sugar, folks, between 70 and 100. Okay, 177. Got it. If you 177 that's an improvement, but we still got to get it a little bit lower. We want to get that thing below 100 consistently. You want to get that thing below 100 consistently. 14-day challenge is calling your name. It's 14 days. I'm going to take you outside of your comfort zone, but you're going to like it. Okay? You're going to like it. That's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. That's what I recommend for you, especially starting off this new year. All right, let me see. Let me holler at use that discount code, Kickstart. Kickstart is the discount code to join that 14-day challenge. Let's see. Let me bring on my man. My man Terry. Let me see if I can bring him on. Why can't I bring him on? My bad. My bad, boss. My bad. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. All right. I'm trying to disconnect you, but I don't know how to do it. Oh, I think. Nah, man. It's all good, boss. I hit the wrong button. Everything is good, boss. Nah, you gonna win that one, boss. I'm telling you, you're gonna win that one every time. Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam. Let's just battle. I don't know much about battling, boss. You the battling boss. I don't know how to battle. Come on, let's battle. Hold on. You good, boss? It's so big. What's so big? Let's see. Is the link in your bio? Yes, the link is in my bio. Here's where it is. Sorry about the interruption, folks, but yes, the link is here. Let me show you where the link is here. So if you click here and then you click on my picture again, it is linked in my bio. There it is, right here. Click right there. But here it is right here. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is right here. There it is. Click on that link, 14-day challenge right here. It's normally $99 to join that challenge. Use the discount code ESCAPE. No, sorry, not ESCAPE. Kickstart. Kickstart is the discount code to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Emily, that A. My hands are off on that one. All right, so let me call up my man. I tried to call up my man Terry, but I couldn't. Maybe he just got off. Let me see if he got off. That's probably why I couldn't get him. Let me see. Let me see if he's still on. Probably why I couldn't get him. Yeah, he's still on. But I don't know how. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna find him. Don't worry, folks. Trying to find my guy Terry over here. I see him right here. But I don't know. Maybe he's got it turned off. All right. Well, anyhow, I can't reach him today. Let me see if I'm gonna send him a text. Let me see if I can reach him. We're gonna join forces, folks. I told you it's gonna be a long live today. Let me see. We're gonna be on all day. We're gonna make sure y'all get all the goods. So I'm trying to give it to you from all the angles. But let me see. See if I can bring on my guy Terry. Let's see. Nope, I don't know how to do it, folks. All right, no worries. Back to it. It's all good. We're gonna get back to some more. We're gonna get back to answering your questions. So whatever questions that you got, folks, when it comes to this little thing called insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes. What are the foods that you eat? How to defeat it once and for all? Here are the foods that you eat. The foods that you eat when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes are this. Like I told you before, it's going to be real whole unprocessed foods. But what specifically? Specifically, it's going to be lots of vegetables, non-starchy veggies in particular. Things like broccoli, things like kale, things like cucumbers, things like spinach, things like arugula. These are some of the things that you want. These are non-starchy veggies. Carrots, onions, mushrooms, bell peppers. These are when it comes to the veggies, these are going to be for insulin resistance, high blood sugar, these are going to be the king. Those are non-starchy veggies. So then when you eat the food, remember we talked about eating the food. So when you eat the food, you're not going to get that big glucose spike whenever you eat in the non-starchy veggies. Foods that I'm naming out are not going to give you this blood sugar reset. Are going to give you this spike. You can eat fruit. What kind of fruit can you eat? You can eat fruit. You can eat all the fruit, right? Whether it be pineapple, watermelon, all that stuff, right? But you want to make sure that you're eating fruit as a dessert. When you eat the fruit, folks, this is check this one out. When you eat the fruit, eat it as a dessert. We ain't eating fruit on an empty stomach, waking up in the morning and eating fruit. You don't want to do that. Or what about cabbage and canola? I don't know what canola is, but cabbage is a non-starchy veggie. Cabbage is one of your greens, so cabbage is going to be great. Eat as much cabbage as you like. Have a field day eating cabbage. Okay? Because cabbage is going to be great for your blood sugar. So when you eat food, that's not going to turn into a lot of glucose. Non-starchy veggies, so what that meaning we're calling them non-starchy. Yeah, they'll turn into glucose, but not a lot. Not a lot. So it keeps your blood sugar nice and steady. Non-starchy veggies. Those are the foods that you eat. Shout out to you. Yeah, there he is. There's my man, Diabetic Dad, man. I tried to get you. Send me a message, boss. Send me a message because I can't get you. Diabetic Dad, man. Send me a message on how to go live because I can't get you. Because I was just trying to bring you live, but I couldn't. But I see you there now. Let's see. Oh, I think you got off. You got on. No wonder I probably couldn't send you a message. But yeah, I tried to send you a message so we could join forces a few seconds ago, but I must have missed you. But we'll get back to it. Trust me, it's gonna be a long day. So I'll be on here all day, folks. I ain't going anywhere. So I'm gonna be on here this morning, maybe take a little break, and I'll be on here this afternoon, take a little break, and then I'm gonna come back and then the evening time, folks, because I want to make sure that y'all know what the hell insulin resistance is. I wanted to make sure that you know that 2026 can be the year that you reverse type 2 diabetes, because type 2 diabetes is a very, very reversible condition, just like how I reversed it. So if you're just joining us, my name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. But here's the thing. I wasn't always a nutritionist. I wasn't always a health coach, because we're going to talk about it right now. Here he is. Here he is, my man. There's my man, diabetic dad man. How's it going? How's it going in this happy New Year, boss? How's it going?
YouTube's going good. I'm having a good time. How about you?
Oh man, I'm outstanding, but I'm improving. I am improving. Yeah. So you're live right now. You're live on your side over there.
Yeah, that's the only way I knew to get to you.
You're live or you're not live?
I think I'm live.
Oh, you are live.
Yeah, I'm live.
Okay.
So, but I'm live with you, I think.
You're live. You didn't go live on your own.
Okay, so I started out live on my own.
Yeah.
And then I went and found you and did an invite.
Okay, good. All right, so we're live then. All right, cool. Man, how's it going? How's the new year? I think we just discovered that, but how do you feel about type 2 diabetes going forward in this new year? For those who don't know you, this is my guy Terry over here. For those, what do you think about type 2 diabetes going forward in this new year, 2026?
I think I'm going to get rid of as much of it for people as I can. I need to let people know that you can get rid of type 2 diabetes, because their doctors are still saying you can't.
Yeah.
And you and I both know you can get rid of type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
You just got to do the right stuff. You
got to do the right stuff. I had the same thing. I had diabetes, like I was telling them. I had diabetes, I had heart disease, and I was obese, the triple whammy. I had all three of those conditions, and now I don't have any of those anymore. I'm no longer obese. I no longer have diabetes, and I no longer got heart disease, all because I made some changes to my diet and lifestyle, which that's what you're going to have to do. Make these changes to your diet and lifestyle. If you do not make these changes, you're going to continue to suffer from diabetes.
And they're not terrible hard changes to do. You just actually have to commit to it and say, I'm going to do this thing. And before you know it, you're out of the woods.
Yeah.
You've got a 2-week challenge, right?
I do.
14-day challenge.
Yep.
I do a 90-day different system.
Yep.
Both of them work together. Both of them work apart. But the important thing is you can get rid of being a type 2 diabetic. It's just not that hard. They just want you to think it is. Yeah. I say it's simple, but it's not. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple. Right. It's simple what we got to do. I mean, we know that we got to eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, grains, legumes, beans, leaner sources of protein, chicken, turkey, steak, eggs, all of that stuff. But most of the time we eat the opposite of that, which is the ho-ho Twinkies, the ding dongs, the all of that stuff. Mountain Dews. I'm always talking about ding dongs. Those are like little food grenades looking to come out and blow you apart. Ding dongs are terrible, but they're yummy, but they're terrible. Here's the weird thing. Everybody needs to know. Once you do it right, those things don't sound like they taste good anymore. And if you try one, my kid really wanted to give me a Snickers bar after I got over my type 2. And she was little. She gave me a Snickers bar. I took a bite and said, oh, honey, that's good. I'm a dad, so I knew what to do. Like, yeah, that's really good. And then you don't finish it. It tastes terrible.
Yeah.
Real food tastes good. And now she eats regular, real, unprocessed food all the time.
Man, your palate changes.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, I was over 300 pounds, well over 300 pounds. And I was eating trash. Lost all that weight, and it reset everything in my head about what tasted good.
Yeah.
That took me like 45 to 60 days.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I just didn't want the sugar. I could taste, I don't drink this stuff anymore, diet drinks, I went to a restaurant and asked for a diet drink because I was trying to get rid of my diabetes.
Yeah.
And they brought over a regular drink, tasted it immediately, gave me a headache, and I couldn't stand the flavor, and it used to be my favorite thing.
Real, when they bring you that real sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't stand it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't stand it. And then you get to talk to the manager. That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went, that's funny, for my birthday. No, my sister. I took her out for her birthday, and we went to a restaurant, and they brought out the dessert. Keep in mind, we don't eat sugar like that anymore. They brought out the dessert, and it was some drink, and I'm just like, when they brought it was complimentary because it was her birthday. When they brought that drink out, I'm like, man, what in the hell is this? That was by far the sweetest thing that I ever drank in my life. But had it been years prior, I probably would not have noticed. I probably would have said, yeah, this is good. You know what I mean? But as
sugar is being addictive.
Yeah.
Sugar is great at being addictive. And somebody told me the other day that the amount of sugar that you're supposed to have is the size of the coffee cubes my parents used to use, or the sugar cubes my parents used to use. One, maybe two of them. If you drink a bottle of Coca-Cola, it's a whole glass of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Just terrible.
I got an illustration for you right here.
I love that. I love illustrations and lists.
I got an illustration for you right here. What you just said, right here is we're gonna do a this is what your body. This is 1 teaspoon of sugar. This is what your body wants to see through your entire body. 1 teaspoon of sugar. But when you drink a Coca-Cola, you know how many teaspoons are in a Coca-Cola?
I can't wait to see this.
Take a guess. How many teaspoons do you think? You're only supposed to have 1 in your whole body. How many teaspoons do you think are in a Coca-Cola?
I'm guessing, based on stuff I've heard, somewhere between 20 and 30.
Depends on the size, right? But the average close, you're a little high, but the average Coca-Cola, a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola has 10 teaspoons of sugar, has about 40 grams. So people are saying, yeah, 720, yeah, 720, 32. You may be talking about grams, but say 40 grams, that's 10 teaspoons of sugar. That's how many you're supposed to have 1, but if you drink a Coca-Cola, that's what you get. That's an illustration, and you can imagine how insulin kicks in when that happens. Okay, you can imagine how insulin kicks in. Flood your system. Flood your system. If you got insulin resistance, what do you think that means for someone who's got insulin resistance and they just drink a Coca-Cola with this much sugar in it? What does that mean for them?
This is how I describe it. It's just polluting your bloodstream. Your bloodstream needs a certain amount of glucose and sugar that it has, and it just keeps operating, doing its thing.
This amount, right? This is supposed to have, right? This amount.
Right. You put that extra in there, you can't deal with it. Your blood cells get sticky. I think they actually get sticky from the sugar, and they don't work. It wants to open up and get the glucose, but it can't. So this dies. The sugar floats around or gets turned into fat. No good comes of that, and that's why your blood sugar raises so much.
Yeah.
It's just flooded with trash.
You're exactly right. The sticky stuff that you're talking about is called glycation. So the cells get all the sugar from the foods that you're eating and high blood sugar, high A1C, that all gets stuck to your. It's literal sugar, just like this. It's real sticky. It's literally stuck to every cell of your body. Your hemoglobin. That's why you get a hemoglobin A1C. Hemoglobin is literally all the cells in your body, oxygen-rich blood, are being attacked by this right here. It's being attacked by this. Right? It's being system is flooded. That's just 1 Coca-Cola, right? Imagine if you drank 2 Coca-Colas. Imagine if you have a Snicker bar for lunch. For snack, right? Imagine if you get home and you have for dessert you had a big bowl of ice cream. You're eating way more sugar than this every single day.
And I remember being a kid getting up in the morning with my cereal, and they told me that Cheerios was healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what they used to say. Okay, and my mom would go, well, if you don't like the flavor of it, it's healthy. Just put a couple of spoonfuls of sugar on there, and that'll get your day started. My mom did not mean to be that wrong. She listened to the marketers, and that's what got us all. The marketing for bad food.
Marketing is one hell of a thing. Marketing is one hell of a thing, man. Yeah, especially with and it starts young too. They start marketing to us very, very young. So when that marketing kicks in, we're supposed to we think we're supposed to eat this, we're supposed to eat McDonald's. Like McDonald's, the classic breakfast from McDonald's is the great American, breakfast. The classic big breakfast. No, 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 no. That's not the real breakfast. The real breakfast is like you were saying, like your daughter put you on, real whole unprocessed foods, right? Specifically in the morning time, we want to focus on higher protein in the morning. Higher protein in the morning. Stay away from the carbohydrates. I recommend staying away from the carbohydrates in the morning. Right? Stay away from the carbs. Stay away from. I recommend staying away from the fruit in the morning. The reason you want to stay away from the fruit in the morning is because you don't want that sugar touching your bloodstream. Like you talked about earlier, sugar is sugar. It doesn't matter what kind of sugar it is, it's sugar. So whether it's sugar from a plant or a natural sugar, as we call it, or table sugar, sugar is still sugar. It's still going to raise your blood sugar.
Yeah, and the overprocessed stuff is it's just poison. I also want to talk about overprocessed stuff.
Sure.
If I had a conversation with a person this morning, and I used juicing to lose weight and control my blood sugar.
Yeah.
That was one of my first steps. And it worked really well. And I said, so I did that, and the guy went, juice. Juice has sugar in it. Okay. Orange juice from the store.
Yeah.
Everything good removes of it. There's no possibility of anything healthy. And it's a bomb for diabetics.
Yeah.
And they keep saying in their commercials, this is how you start your morning. Yeah, this is how you start your morning if you want to be a type 2 diabetic for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That stuff is terrible. You make your own juice, and you can make it super yummy, and it'll be healthy for you.
Absolutely.
So, you do morning breakfast, right?
Do I do morning breakfast?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Do I eat breakfast in the morning?
Yeah, do you eat breakfast in the morning?
Some days I do, some days I don't, right? Some days when I come on live here, I'm fasting. Most of the time I'm fasting, but yeah, I'll eat breakfast. But when I do eat breakfast, I make it a savory breakfast. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I intermittent fast now all the time. And so my morning starts at 1 o'clock. It still tastes like breakfast to me. I can eat from 1 till 7 doing intermittent fasting, do that all the time. It keeps everything better for me. There's a lot of different systems out there. I have seen your system, and I think it's fabulous. There are differences between yours and mine, but both of them work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I want everybody to know that there's ways to get there, but the first thing you got to do is you got to believe.
You got to believe. You got to believe.
You got to know that it's possible, and don't ask your doctor. And I'm not saying all doctors are bad. I'm saying they are not informed about this.
Belief is the first prescription.
Yep. That's the hardest first step. That's why this is a good time here to start. People want to try things new. Go do it now.
Yeah, do it now. Do it now while the motivation is called the law of diminishing intent. Everybody's all excited about January 1st, right? But the law of diminishing intent says this, is if you don't do it now while the action is hot, when the idea is hot and the motivation is strong, the chances of you doing it later on, they diminish. So that is the law of diminishing intent. If you don't do it now, the chances of you doing it later are greatly diminished. It's the law of diminishing intent. So do it while the action is hot and the idea is strong. Somebody's got a good book out about reversing type 2 diabetes. Like, yeah, I need to get a book on reversing type 2 diabetes. Or somebody's got a program, like you got a program, I've got a program on starting to reversing type 2 diabetes. Like, yeah, I need to get on a program like that. I need to get on that, because if I don't get on a program like that, the chances of me changing are probably going to be slim to none, because that's the one thing that most people hate the most is change.
Russell's asking if diabetes can be cured. Yeah, it's true. We're both examples of it. Okay, we are both sitting here living examples, trying to help other people do what we did.
Yeah.
And so you got to believe, then you got to act. And here's the thing that really interests me with the people that I work with. They start out and they go, I'm afraid this is going to be hard. And then they get a couple of days in and they come back and go, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
That's why it's not hard long term. If you commit to 2 weeks or a month or 90 days and you keep doing it, you'll be stunned at how good you feel.
Man, you're right. It starts quickly. It starts quickly with because that's how quickly your body wants to heal. The beginning is, like you were saying, the beginning is the most difficult part. The most difficult part of starting this whole thing is starting. But like you said, after a few days, people are like, man, it was difficult in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie. But now I'm starting to feel good. I normally get that around day 5, day 7 in my 14-day challenge. They start saying, reporting back like, hey, the cravings are gone. I'm not craving the junk food anymore. I'm not craving the sugar. I'm not craving the whatever I was eating. I'm not even craving coffee. You know what I mean?
Now see, he's young. I bet he feels great. I'm old and I still feel great. I'm 64. I feel better than I did when I was 44. This is amazing stuff. This is what eating healthy does for you.
Mm.
It does not apparently turn your hair back to brown. I'm looking to see what's it do for your hair. Oh wait,
I got a couple of grays.
Oh, you do? Do you have some grays?
I got some grays down there. Yeah, I got a couple of grays. That's about it. There, they grow on my chin and they grow on my nose. That's the only place that the grays grow. Right? Yeah. Someone says, would you please say type 1 is different and we can't do all that? Type 1 is totally different than type 2. I'm not an expert on type 1 diabetes, nor do I never had type 2 diabetes, type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is unfortunately a lifelong condition. It's different than type 2. Type 2 caused by your diet and lifestyle. Type 1 caused by an autoimmune condition that unfortunately has destroyed the cells in your pancreas that make insulin. So therefore, you're insulin dependent. So that's type 1, totally different condition than type 2, which was caused by our diet, our lifestyle, how we're eating, how we're sleeping, how we're moving, all of that stuff. But if you're type 1, if you still improve those areas, how you're eating, how you're sleeping, all of that stuff, your lifestyle, you can improve your numbers as well. So it doesn't matter if you're type 1 or type 2. These areas, stress management, activity, eating, sleeping, these are the foundations of health. So no matter what condition that you have.
I do wish they would have named them different things because I really think it confuses people. You know, just the type 1 or type 2 difference. No, if it was diabetes is one thing and something else is type 1, that would be so much easier. But now they're extending it to, they think Alzheimer's and dementia are type 3 diabetes.
Type 3 diabetes, yes.
Everybody knows what Alzheimer's is.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to start looking at type 3 and going, now, it's easier to say, get rid of your diabetes now. If you've got type 2, get rid of it now because you don't want it to progress. But still, I like that there's Alzheimer's for it. Type 1s, they should give them a different phrase. And I really wish we could come up with a cure for them too, but that is not the space I am in. I'm in the helping people with type 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what I know about. That's what I've been.
Yeah. Same thing with me. I lived it, breathed it, sleep it for years. Right. So I know all the ins and not all the ins and outs, but I know damn it how it works. Okay. I know where type 2 diabetes comes from.
30 years, so what I like to tell people is I've made pretty much every mistake you could have, and that's how I learned.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't tell me good things, to be fair. You know, like take your metformin. No, I tried it, and you know, I've got 10,000 comments in my various videos where people go, metformin is terrible. Yep, it is absolutely terrible. Don't take it. So I can say that because I did it, and now I've got backup evidence from all the people who hate it. And then they just came out with metformin is now being found to cause neuropathy. Metformin is in part responsible for people getting their limbs removed. They were looking at the prevalence of why there's more surgery than there used to be. That's why. Warrior Woman wants to know what we do, what we did. What did we do to get rid of this? Mostly it has to do with managing your lifestyle, managing your food. I'm a big fan of detox and doing tons of nutrients through juicing. Kelley focuses on diet and challenges and how you get started. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's how you get rid of it. Start getting a community where some other people are doing the same stuff that you're doing. There's a lot of people, just like diabetic dad man was saying. There's a lot of people out here who are reversing type 2 diabetes. There's a lot of people who have joined the challenge. There's a lot of people who have joined my program, diabetic dad man's program, and Jay Lace. Everybody's got a lot of people got a program. You got to do what you want. You got to do what works for you. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to take some action, because the knowledge without action is just entertainment. So it's a lot of us out here saying that you can reverse type 2 diabetes, but if you're just taking in the knowledge and not putting the action in, and it's just going to be entertainment. And we're not here to entertain you. Okay, we're here to make sure that you change because that's the only way that you're going to defeat type 2 diabetes is if you change.
Yep. And to change, you got to start. Today's the day to do it. Doesn't matter what the actual day is, it's today. Because type 2 isn't stopping. If you've got type 2, it's not going to go, I think I'll take the day off. No, it's coming at you as hard as it can, and it's time to fight back because it will win. And a guy was going to do my program, and he said, I'll be back in a couple of months when I, feel more like it. And then he came back and said, I guess I really better start. And I'm like, well, that's great. And he said, no, they amputated my foot. Wow. Well, that was his wake-up call. My wake-up call was I was in the ER, and they said I wasn't going to survive the night. I had a great diabetic nurse come in and basically saved me and said, you need to do something about this, buddy. So I went and did a program that I could live with. And now I'm helping people get it. I think that's how the good ones do it. You fix yourself, and then you go out and you try to help fix other people. That's it. Same thing I did, man. Same thing. When I reversed the insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and the weight. But the main thing that was getting with me, which is insulin resistance causes this, was the heart disease. Like the heart disease was freaking tearing me a new one. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like I was having heart palpitations all the time. Couldn't bend over to tie my shoe because I feel the blood rushing up and will cause like this big old hole thing. And it would get so bad that it would drop me to my knees. Yeah, the insulin resistance and all of that stuff, but it was really the heart disease. So that's why I got to the point where I said enough was enough. Change isn't just desired, it's downright necessary. Because I had a why. My mother had just passed away from the same condition a couple of months prior. So with her passing away, and then I get my diagnosis a couple of months later, that causes me to just go crazy with it and discover that it's been food the entire time, your lifestyle. That's the only way that you're going to get rid of it. Needs to figure out what the thing that will do it for them. And I keep telling my story. I mean, I've got pictures of me fat. I've got pictures of me in terrible shape. I don't want to go out and show those to the world, except for it lets people know that they can do it. We want to be the reason that you get started. Once you get started, you'll know you're doing it for yourself or your kids or your parents or your family. Or I had one guy say, I just need to be here for a couple more Cubs seasons. Okay, I figure he's suffered enough. We need to make him good, and then we need to hope for the Cubs. So everybody's got their why, right? Everybody's got their list of whys. If that's his reason for sticking around, for seeing the Cubs win the pennant, you know what I mean, or win whatever, for a couple of more seasons. And hey, like you said, some people, it could be their kids. Some people could be whatever your why is. Because the reasons come first. A lot of people ask, well, how do you reverse it? You got to have enough reasons. If you don't have enough reasons, you're going to run into you're going to use every excuse that you can. You're going to use every excuse that you can to stay comfortable, because that's all an excuse is. An excuse is the story that we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. That's what an excuse is. The story that we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. People sending me DMs and asking specific questions. I'm going to run and go do those things. Oh, you got some DMs. Okay. And I've got other people sending me stuff saying, please go get on your live so we can talk more about your program. Okay. Fair enough. So I'm going to go do that thing. And so you weren't on live. Pardon me? You weren't on live, but they want. Oh, they want you by yourself, is what you're saying. Right. The specifics of my program. Okay, fair enough. You talk about your program, I'm gonna talk about mine. Let's do it. All right, sir. All right, boss man. I'll see you around later. All right, yeah, we'll definitely be around. Okay. All right.
I'm trying, boss.
This is my tech kid. She's helping me.
Okay. You do that, and I'm going to go take a short intermission. I'll be back. I'll be back, folks. All right, we're back, folks. That's my man. That's my guy, Diabetic Dad, man. Appreciate the follow. My guy, Diabetic Dad, man. Got on and gave you all a little bit of words of wisdom, a little bit of encouragement. What was the high cholesterol? Yep, gave you guys a little bit of encouragement to let you know, like, listen, hey, listen, I'm not the only one that's reversed type 2 diabetes. He's also done it as well. My man Jay Lace, he's done it as well. There's a lot of people out here, folks. There's a lot of coaches out here who have reversed type 2 diabetes themselves. So we ain't just talking the talk, folks, because we've walked the walk. We've reversed type 2 diabetes. And we know what it takes. That's why we created these challenges, like this challenge I have, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's why I created that challenge, because I know what it takes. I know what it takes for you to defeat type 2 diabetes. I know what it takes for you to start to defeat type 2 diabetes, because it is a very, very reversible condition. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is what I created. I created it based on my own experience. Not only am I a nutritionist, but I've experienced what you're experiencing. I've gone through what you've gone through. I've fought the I fought the fight against high blood sugar. Now I'm on the other side of it. My man Terry, he was just on. He's on the other side of it. So a lot of people who are on the other side of this condition can be reversed. Where does it start? It starts right here. It starts with what this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a blueprint. It is a nutrition plan. It is all structured for you. All the meals are structured for you. All of the what to eat, when to eat, it's all structured for you. It's 14 days. Why is it 14 days? Because that's all the time that we need. It's all the time that we need to show you to make a big impact in your blood sugar, to make a big impact in insulin resistance. It's 14 days. That's all we need. Is it going to take longer to ultimately defeat type 2 diabetes? Yes, it's ultimately going to take longer to defeat it. It's going to take you at least 3 months. But in 14 days, you can give it a run for its money. Okay? Give it a run for its money in 14 days. Where is the challenge? Here it is, right here. Here's where the challenge is. So if you click here, you click on my picture again, I'm going to show you where the challenge is. Here it is. Here it is. Here's the challenge right here. So if you click here, click on my picture again, click on that link right there. See that link that says link tree? There it is. There's where all the goodies are. There's a lot of goodies on there. Quiz, masterclass, but the 14-day challenge is right here. Here it is right here. Everything that you get is right there. This one, like I said, is for my folks who are ready for serious change. If you've gotten to the point where you're ready to take control of your blood sugar, where it's been many, many years, like Terry and I just talked about, it's been many, many years. And the only thing that's changed is your prescription. This is a nutrition blueprint, 14 days. Because I get it. I designed it. I get how frustrating it is to have high blood sugar every single day. Everything is all designed for you. Done for your meal planning and groceries. Everything's done for you. I took all of the guesswork out of it for you. All you got to do is, like I said earlier, show up, do the work, do it again the next day. Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. What are we eating? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. It's normally $99 to join that challenge. Use the discount code Kickstart. Kickstart is the discount code to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That using that code is going to drop the price down to $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Kickstart. 30% off. That is the code. That is an active code. Kickstart. But you may say, hey, listen, you still may not be ready. Like, even though it's 2026, you might say, man, look, I'm still not ready yet. I understand the new year, new me, but I still need some time to think about it. I don't know why you need time to think about it, because the time to act is right now. If you've got high blood sugar, if you've got an A1C at like, a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, a 12, the time to act is not now, but right now. That is the time to act. Not now, but right now. Any questions? Who has questions? Any questions about my man Terry and I just jumped off? Any questions about what it takes to defeat type 2 diabetes? Because like I said, we're going to be on here all day. So if you got questions, maybe you don't have a question now, maybe you got a question later. And don't be bashful. Do me a favor. Bebop this screen, double tap that screen, and then share the live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. They're struggling with high blood sugar. They're struggling with insulin resistance. They're struggling with gestational diabetes. They're just struggling with it. And they're tired of struggling. And they've been struggling for a very long time. If you know anybody like that, you share this live out there with them. Immediately. Like, share it out there with them. And then double tap that screen so that we can get this live out to as many people as we can to let them know, like, hey, listen, you do not have to suffer from type 2 diabetes. You do not have to suffer from insulin resistance. You don't have to suffer from it. All you got to do is be willing to change. If you're willing to change, you don't have to worry about type 2 diabetes running your life. A lot of people say, hey, well, type 2 diabetes runs in my family. It runs in my family. Just like it ran in my family. But you can be the one. You can be the one in your family that stops the whole thing, that stops the whole train and says, type 2 diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. Type 2 diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me, because you were the one. You were the one who stopped the train. The kids are not going to get it. Like, their kids are not going to get it. Your grandkids, they're not going to get it. Nobody's going to get type 2 diabetes because it is a very, very reversible condition. All you got to do is change. But that's the thing that most people don't want to do, is change. Even in 2026, even with it being a new year, that is the toughest thing for folks to do, is to change the way that they're thinking, to get outside of their comfort zone. Because if you want to defeat type 2 diabetes, folks, you're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. All the way outside of it. Because like Terry was saying, it's one of the most destructive conditions that there is. Insulin resistance is the cause of all the other conditions. Heart disease, like I had, heart disease. What causes that? Insulin resistance. Gestational diabetes, what's causing it? Insulin resistance. Erectile dysfunction, what causes it? Insulin resistance. Just like we talked about up here, insulin resistance. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? No questions. All right. We're going to get to the board, folks, and we're going to do another lesson. Let's see. What is the next lesson for today? If there's no questions. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Clean eating, blood sugar matrix. We're going to talk about that. The blood sugar matrix. What the heck is the blood sugar matrix? And why you got caught up in it? You don't want to get caught up in the blood sugar matrix. Someone asked earlier, what's the blood sugar matrix? I'm about to show you what it is right now.